And we are back. And just in time to get into Champ Select.
That was much quicker than it has been in the past.
Yeah, no kidding.
The Janavan coming back out again, definitely targeted at Captain Kristen.
Yeah, Captain Kristen, from what I know about her, she tends to play the more passive supports most of the time.
Right.
But we did see her pick the Melzar last game, so...
Never count her out, I guess.
Yep. Especially since passive supports are kind of weak in the current patch. In the current meta.
Yeah, that's very true.
But maybe the current patch actually did change that. We'll find out soon enough.
I still think that because brand and stuff like that was untouched, so we'll have to see as the meta develops here in this patch.
Soon enough, soon enough. Fiora still being denied from I'ma Scoop You.
We've actually seen a lot of Lulu and stuff like that coming out in the higher up stuff lately.
So, as mentioned last time, both teams have forfeited a ban as they have emergency subs, which means subs that were picked up after Thursday due to players missing.
Yep, so it will be, these are the same exact bans, right?
Was the
I'm pretty
Jana
sure
ban
that they are.
picked out last time?
Yeah,
Okay,
it was.
yeah, same bans.
We'll have to see if the picks stay the same.
We'll see what gets picked up first. Team Fusion does need to reconsider their draft.
Wonder if they're going to first pick the Jhin here.
Yeah, Quaid WW did a lot of work on that Jhin. To be fair, Allspark was also really good on his Lucian, but the team coordination, not so much.
Yeah, you just kind of saw the weakness of Lucian. While he had a pretty good score, and I think he did a solid amount of damage, just Lucian just doesn't have the same effectiveness that a Jhin does right now.
And that Lee Sin picked up once again for Quickside.
Yeah, it seems to be a comfort pick for him, I would assume. So he did look pretty good on it. He died a lot, but he managed to get picks off with it, so it worked out for him.
Yeah, I mean, he got a lot done.
Inside joke for anyone who's watching.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He got a lot done, despite dying, especially getting Azuru ahead, who was on Twisted Fate last time. Looks like Azuru might pick that TF again.
So Spark did get his Jhin. That's one thing he was worried about in the first phase. So,
and here's an interesting one. Misfortune. She's been showing a lot of playtime lately.
Mostly as support. Oh gosh.
Oh, is it time for the Vayne spawning cards?
Oh man, Vayne never does well in Ascension. I think it won once in the regular season last split. So we'll have to see if maybe that can change. I do enjoy me some good old Vayne spotting though.
Yeah, this should be pretty interesting. I'm wondering what support they're going to pick to complement the Vayne. Quid WW showed a lot of competence on his Jhin, on being an AD carry in general, so it's questioning. I really wonder.
Yeah, Vayne's still pretty strong right now, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't like Yasuo here, but I guess it'll work. It definitely denies some of the gold cards and wild cards coming out from Twisted Fate, but I despise seeing Yasuo in mid to low elo games.
This is Elder League. This is the cream of the crop, Brandon. This is first place versus third place.
Yes, this is the best of the worst. I mean,
so you seem to be even confused. The title of the stream, I'm assuming, is Elder League, not Dragon League. We got the big boys.
Yeah, the big boys.
The big boy.
So it's gonna be Trundle support, maybe.
Why can't I ever see that last pick?
I don't know. That's what's hovered right now. That's actually something you played quite a bit of. But it is the Lulu lock-in.
Lulu and Maokai picked up for the Cuckobos.
Yeah, I did mention that Lulu is seeing a resurgence. She's been slowly buffed over the last couple patches, I believe, and that's kind of brought her back up to where she was. They took away some of her laning power that made her basically a mage support, and she definitely is more of a true support now. Her ult's really good at denying things, and we'll have to see if she can have that impact on a game.
Yeah, overall, the draft from the Cuckobos is a little bit strange. Going kind of all over the place.
It has engage, a lot of engage actually. It has the late game Vayne. It's weird. Yeah, it's kind of a mismatch of different things. So we'll have to see if how they play it.
Ooh,
Looks
that
like
has
it'll
to be a
be.
top lane Nautilus. Which can
Yep.
only mean one thing. Look where that... Oh, no, never mind. I completely forgot they had Jhin. I thought they were going to pull out the ADC Yasuo.
Oh man, that just sounds depressing. I never want to play against that. But we'll have to see if Summoner Shen can have a little bit of a better showing here on the Yasuo than he did the Cass.
Yeah, he was pretty lackluster on the Cassiopeia.
Yeah, we'll see if he can pick it up though.
Taking the exhaust this time. That's interesting for a Yasuo. To play it safe on the summoners rather than aggressive.
It's actually because there's a debate going on right now that exhaust actually allows for more damage than ignite does. So I don't know how I feel about it. I like it because we did see that Quickscythe liked to play around the mid lane. So maybe he's looking to that to say, okay, if I'm going to get ganked repeatedly, maybe I can turn this around and see what comes from that. Also, later on, the exhaust onto the Vayne is actually probably going to be pretty solid. So
Yeah, that
we'll
is
have
true.
to see.
We'll find out soon enough. Who are you favoring?
I actually kind of like the draft of Team Fusion this time a little bit more, but they have to play it there. They're basically relying purely on their two AD carries there they have, and so really the Cuckobos can just stack armor all they want to, because yeah, Ivern does a little bit of magic damage and so does Naught, but that Maokai will not die to a Yasuo and a Jhin very easily.
Alright, I'm going to have to vote against you on this one. I feel the Cuckobos, they demonstrated really good team play last game. And especially with how clean Quit WW was, I expect them, even if they struggle in the bot lane laning phase, I expect them to come back big. You pretty much have the Juggermaw, but with a Vayne substituted in instead.
That is true.
I'm expecting big things from the Cuckobos in this game.
We'll definitely see as we get into the game here in a little bit.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, this is Ascension eSports Elder League. This is the cream of the crop. You better be watching this and not any of those other Ascension eSports channels like Dragon League. This is Team Fusion versus the Cuckobos. Team Fusion being the third place team, Cuckobos being first place. Should be a pretty good match ahead of us. I am Decerux. This is my co-caster, Brother Brando, otherwise known as Dezdan. And we are here to cast some quality, high-level League of Legends action.
Yep, it's going to be a good one. The first match was, I mean, it was a little bit of a one-sided thing later on, but it still was a pretty good game to watch, I think.
Yeah, so for those of you interested and want to get involved into Ascension eSports, please check the links down below. Join our Discord, check out our subreddit, and maybe you can be a sub. Maybe you can join the next league. Who knows? Give it a shot.
Yep, we're always looking for our next young star to join in. Maybe take over the title of KDA King, you know. Cough, cough.
Are you
But
implying?
really, but really, it is a community that's built for growing and trying to teach people to get better in a team environment. And I do think it helped me quite a lot. I enjoyed whenever I played last season.
So we should be loading into game pretty soon. Finally get to the thrilling conclusion of the Cuckobos versus Team Fusion. Can Team Fusion finally tie it up, or are the Cuckobos going to clean sweep this game?
I wonder if playing on this Blood Moon map is throwing any of the players off. I wonder if that might be an impact for anyone.
Sounds like you're making excuses. Sounds like jet lagged.
It's possible, but you know, I'm just curious because I know I tend to play a little bit different on different maps. So.
Well, we do have the Blood Moon Yasuo, so if anyone's going to play better because of this, it better be Summoner Shen.
We actually see the Magnificent Twisted Fate. Did he have that skin on last time?
I don't know.
I'm not sure if he did, but interesting.
Those Lulu eyes scare me.
They are very terrifying. They're pretty anime, if I do say so myself.
So, Team Fusion, the Cuckobos. Team Fusion consisting of Amaskupiu, Zoo, Summoner Shen, Allspark, and Captain Kristen. The Cuckobos consisting of Tanoft, Quickscythe, Azuru, Quit WW, and Electric Parasite. So,
a lot of Mastery 7 emotes here.
Emotes.
The icons.
We're not in game yet.
The icons.
Mastery 7 level players.
You have to be politically correct with everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can't just let me have nice things.
And the masteries shown off by the Cuckobos once again might be their good luck charm.
I mean, it worked the first game, so.
No.
That home guard animation for Lulu's pretty cool. The green trail of pixie dust and stars.
Team Fusion, Cuckobos. Will Team Fusion come back? Or will the Cuckobos
I think
stomp?
they could. There's a little bit of there.
If Azuru gets a little bit closer. Or no, his team's coming along. Gold card lands on the Zoo. Meanwhile, Amaskupiu taking a lot of damage.
I don't think Zoo had the flash there. I think he could have just walked out, but I guess it was a decision on his part to do so. I mean, maybe he felt threatened, but level 1, they had already used most of their damage abilities, and didn't really do anything.
So, let's talk about this top lane matchup. A lot of wet noodles here.
That is very true. I am actually moving someone in the TeamSpeak right this minute.
So let's talk about this bottom lane matchup. A lot less wet noodles there. A lot less commentary from Brother Brando.
Yeah, sorry, I apologize. I am handling admin stuff right this second. Okay, I believe that took care of that. Okay, I'm sorry about that, everyone. So, the bot lane matchup. I think it's fairly even. I would have to say
that they're both fairly traditional supports. We haven't seen this type of matchup in a while.
Yep, so that is one of the things that you did mention earlier with the mage supports being nerfed. Nice to see something different. I would like to see maybe the top lane meta go, or the tank top go away now, but Yeah, Summoner Shen already looks like he's showing a little bit more confidence here.
It's the blood
in this
moon skin, I'm
matchup.
telling you.
Yeah. Yeah, it gives him secret powers. Pay to win, man. Pay to win.
Pay to win.
Ivern is actually here in the mid side, so maybe he can do something.
This might not look too good for Zuru. Zuru getting caught.
Oh.
Doesn't look too good for Zuru at all. Zuru taking damage left and right. Will try to get to Quickside. Has to flash over the wall. Meanwhile, Summoner Shen going on the chase. Will Summoner Shen get the kill? No! Gets first blooded by Quickside, but Zoo picks up the straggler kill.
Yeah, that's... Had Zoo landed the, I believe it's Grasping Roots. I think that's the key for Ivern.
The kill.
Or root Collar. Had he gotten that first Root Collar, it would have definitely been the kill onto Azuru, but fortunately it whiffed. So, again, I believe in the first game...
Ooh, a gank coming out from Quickside, looking to get as much damage on the Captain Kristen as possible. Did get exhausted. Captain Kristen gets out, but only at the cost of both summoner spells.
Yeah, Quickside, he likes to be involved very early, which is exactly what Lee Sin needs to do. So we do see Ivern actually pathing up to the top side now.
Oh, this doesn't look good for Tanoth. I'm a scoop. You is pretty low, though, missing that bind once again. But gets binded by I'ma Scoop You. Is it enough? Is this the end for Noft? Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, you gotta land those skill shots. That one ability is what Ivern's all about. So, gotta land it. But at least he's got some pretty good pressure here early down so far in this game.
So far. Ooh, quick Parasite gets bubbled. Taking a lot of damage. Exhaust used onto Captain Kristen, of all people. And there is a very, very aggressive Legman out of all Spark. But unfortunately, the heal is popped. It does get the heal, but not the flash.
Holy moly, look at that CS lead Spark's got right now. He is not playing around.
Oh, my.
That is ridiculous.
And he's about to crash the wave into the tower as well.
Yeah, Spark is an angry man right now. He's on a mission. Spark, you monster. Spark definitely wanting to make my prediction true and have the Team Fusion win this second game.
But it's
Spark,
not
the
over
true
yet.
MVP.
Meanwhile, Summoner Shen just, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Ooh, that was close.
That was very close.
Yeah, but he's
Here
definitely
comes
showing a lot
Quickside.
more proficiency. Sidestep. Okay, he didn't actually throw the Sonic Wave out. Yeah, it was a good trade there by Summoner Shen. Unfortunately, the Zuru had some pots left, so won't lose too much off of that. We do see right now both junglers are just looking to have as much presence here in the early game as possible. Gold's dead. Okay.
Quickside showing more proficiency though. Even though Zoo has been effective, he's been missing a lot of those root collars.
Yeah, the gold lead would actually be a lot larger than it is if he managed to land the root collars. He actually lands this one.
Oh, he landed it, and it doesn't look too good for Quit WW, taking a lot of damage, but it's not going to be enough as he is under that tower.
Yeah, that was a bit of a forced gank, I believe. I don't think they needed to do that. They just... It was a little bit too much. They didn't need to flash. I don't think they had the kill pressure there either way.
On the plus side, it does put more pressure onto Quit WW.
Yeah, and as far behind as he is, pressure is always a good thing against a Vayne. It's exactly what you want to do against a Vayne, I guess. You don't want her to scale infinitely into the late game, so that's a positive thing for Team Fusion. We see a little counter jungling here.
Uh-oh, this doesn't look too good for Zoo. Dude, trying to get away from Quickside. Having used Daisy, but gets melted regardless. But look who's trying to follow this up. Summoner Shen coming up towards Quickside, looking to try and get something done, but Azuru is not far behind him.
I think they could have done that, though, with the with the depth charge coming in, it would have knocked up maybe both of them. And I don't know. It's unfortunate they didn't try for it, but it's probably the best thing to play it safe.
I want to know if we're going to see a Flame Horizon at this point.
That's what Spark wants to do, and it's looking pretty possible so far. Surprised we haven't seen any Coles so far today.
Oh no, this doesn't look too good for Spark.
Yeah, they got to be respectful of the Destiny Gate.
They do back off, luckily.
Yeah, it could be really bad. Twisted Fate just makes the... Uh-oh.
Ooh, a nice dodge coming out of Quickscythe. And the wind wall comes out. Quickscythe getting dropped to half health. Might look to go on the aggressive on Summoner Shen. Kicks away Zoo. Now Zoo is in no man's land. Here comes the Destiny Gate. Looking to try and juke it out is Zoo, running for his life. It doesn't look too bright for him. And he drops to Quickscythe.
Yep, Minions OP.
Minions OP indeed.
But that's a 3-0 Lee Sin, 3-1 Lee Sin right now. So, and once again, Azuru he's getting ahead in his lane. What does Summoner Shen need to do here? I'm not too sure what he can actually do. The Lee Sin and Twisted Fate combo is proving to be a little bit too much for him in these past 2 games.
Well, for one, he could probably use the exhaust.
Well, that's a hindsight thing, really.
And oh no, the tower does go down.
That is a lot of gold.
That is a lot of gold.
Yeah, he already has the Sheen right now, so he's just going to get even stronger. That's a scary Twisted Fate. So it's offsetting, I guess, what Spark's doing here in the bot lane.
Dominating his lane. Ooh, so much damage on Electric Parasite. Electric Parasite is going to fall victim to the current call, but actually manages to flash away just in time. Instead, switches to Quit WW. The exhaust is now on to Quit WW. But here comes Quickscythe, looking to get the damage on the Captain Kristen and melts her. And now Allspark is all alone with 3 people in the bot lane. Fortunately, his team is coming and scares off any more advancements.
This is looking like the last game. Spark gets a little bit ahead in lane, but then just the other team kind of collapses and helps to catch up the lane, and winds up the bot lane actually does fairly well. So that said, you can't count out Spark with his 85 CS right now.
Yeah, doing extremely well, doubling the CS of Quit WW.
Yeah, I think a large part of that is due to just the Vayne is, while she did get some buffs in a couple patches ago that made her a lot stronger in the early game, he's still that very late game AD carry who struggles in the lane phase. Genki, oh no. Man, just the Team Fusion seems to have trouble landing their skill shots today. That has to hurt. That probably couldn't have been a kill.
The objective control that the Cuckobos have been just immaculate so far.
Yeah, that is very true. Spark actually finishes his Ghost Blade. Man.
And the wet noodle fight accomplishes absolutely nothing.
What I feel is happening in these games is the Cuckobos are just straight up dictating the paces of the game. They're forcing Team Fusion to play how they want the game to be, with the exception of the bot lane. Because the bot lane's a little bit rough right now for the Cuckobos, but it should get a little bit better with time, I would believe.
Ooh, a nice bubble on Electric Parasite. No Deadly Flourish, though.
Yeah, I'm not too sure why he didn't at least try for the root, but I guess he just wasn't feeling it, maybe.
Look at Quickscythe continuing the objective control.
Objectives are the name of the game right now. That's a lot of damage from Spark just off the base Q, not even bouncing anything to get the damage increase.
Yeah, but that Yomu's does work. Destiny Gate is up right now.
Wonder if we'll see a gank here. He is poised bot side. And you always have to be wary around a Twisted Fate, and just the fact that he could appear is enough to make you scared and possibly.
There he goes. Destiny Gate is active, but nothing comes of it. The tidal wave, brilliant disengage.
Yeah.
But here comes the curtain call in response. Daisy is out, but not really doing too much. But the double bubble lands. Azuro taking a lot of damage. Not going to get too much out. The teleport is coming to ensure this disengage. Tanoft is in the fight. Shouldn't be much else coming of it, though. All 5 members bought for the Cuckobos.
Yeah, both solo lanes have to shove out for the for Team Fusion right now. They've got to get something returned off of this. And really, the Ivor's just, I don't think I've seen him land but maybe one root caller so far. He's struggling to land the Qs, and that's a big part of Ivern right there. You gotta land them.
Yeah. Lots of misses. Not really getting too much.
Just, it seems like the Cuckobos just have so much pressure right now. They've already got a turret, and just the power that they have coming from the global ult or the semi-global ult of TF, and just it's hurting right now. They just have immaculate pressure going on.
A little bit of tension coming here. Quicksight trying to
Quicksight
get an invade onto that red buff.
Yeah, he really wants to deny as much as he can from Zoo. He's actually a level down from Zoo. That's kind of interesting. I guess he hasn't been farming quite as much. He's just been farming champions.
Yeah. Scoop looking to go after Tanoft. And once again, the wet noodle.
Noodle. Yep. It's almost a waste of mana just to fight each other as tanks.
Yeah.
We do see the redemption first on Ivern, and the Phantom Dancer first on the Yasuo. So pretty standard stuff, I'd say.
Summoner Shen's been trying to hunt down Quicksight quite a bit. Doing the flashy plays, gets the depth charge onto Quicksight. Last breath lands next. Will Quicksight die in time? No, he manages to flash Dragon's Rage. Azuru picks up the kill onto Summoner Shen, and now Scoop is trying to get away. Quicksight, you came back and somehow you survived. Now the fight breaking out in the bottom lane. The exhaust is on. Quit WW has to be careful about how he handles this. Here comes the curtain call. It's out. It lands again, and it doesn't land the 4th time, but it doesn't matter because Crafton Kristen picks up the kill onto Electric Parasite.
Unfortunately, though, none of those kills went to Spark. That has to be kind of sad for him. He wants to carry this game.
He wants to, but at the same time, he's got double the CS still.
Yeah, so he's over. They might be able to get this tower. It's just a TF. They actually could dive.
Oh, they're going to not dive on him. That was questionable.
Especially with,
oh no, Spark gets picked off by Azuru.
Yeah, Spark had his 4th shot. They definitely could have dived that, I believe.
Azuru really misplaying that.
It's unfortunate. I mean, I'm not too sure what they were thinking there. Good dodge there by Quicksight to dodge the Yasuo here. Tornado. So
it's the communication between Team Fusion that's really getting them.
Yeah, I honestly feel like that's a big part of it. You've got an 80 carry with this immense lead right now, but you're not really empowering him. So, why? You know, the Mountain Drake is started by the Cuckobos, and there just shouldn't be any response here.
Yeah, the Immaculate Dragon Scroll that we're talking about. Tidal Wave goes out, really wasted trying to go for that.
Yeah, I guess she thought maybe she'd Miracle Steal. I have seen weirder steals before, so it is possible, but Waste of a spell. So
Now the tension's really on for Team Fusion.
yeah, they have to stem the bleeding. Even though Spark's really ahead, the team of the Cuckobos are very far ahead in gold right now. That's a 5-1 Lee Sin right here. Using this early game really doing exactly what a Lee Sin needs to do. Hello, Kyle. How are you, Kyle? Oh boy. Curious as to what Team Fusion needs to do to get back here in the game, or get back in the game.
Well, with Spark being so far ahead, they need to do, as you were saying earlier, they really need a tunnel on getting Spark big in these fights.
Yeah, exactly. You have to count on Spark at this point. He has to be the one to carry. But the question is, are they going to do that? Are they going to try to empower him? And it doesn't seem like they're playing around him so far.
But I mean, the Cuckobos have been looking to depower him with how often Azuru's roaming whenever he has the Destiny Gate up.
Yep, and I'm curious as to maybe the Yasuo and Ivern pick. A lot of Ivern's strength comes from giving the mid laner blue buff, and what's really a Yasuo going to do with a blue buff, you know? I think the only point of the Yasuo was for the wind wall against the Twisted Fate, but it's just not really doing anything so far.
Current Call opened up, looking to get some damage on the mid lane. Unfortunately, no bullets do land. Oh, but he finally lands a skill shot, but the gold card denies the last breath. And now there's tunneling onto Quickside. Zoo does drop first, but Noft picks up a twisted advance on the Summoner Shen. Fortunately, Alzmark does get into this fight and picks up 2 kills back to back, looking to jump onto Electric Parasite next. The exhaust is on Electric Parasite. Electric Parasite is falling low extremely fast, but the defense coming from Noft. And here comes Quick WW looking to chase Allspark, getting a lot of damage on the Allspark. The bubble lands onto Quick WW. Fortunately, Noft does flash forward and get the kill there. And Noft is in a 2v1 essentially, as Electric Parasite cannot continue to fight this. Captain Kristen trying to run away from Noft. The hook lands. Noft gets bubbled, and still a very more wet noodle fight than we're used to, as both Captain Kristen and Amaskupiu don't do much damage to this tank.
This is silly.
Oh, but Amaskupiu wises up to it and scoops up Electric Parasite. And now here comes the rest of the team looking to pick up Noft. This should be a kill as long as they don't botch the blasting plant. And they push him back to Noft. Goodbye, my friend. You lasted a very long time. Good world record for you.
That was one of the dumbest fights I've seen in a very long time.
Goodness gracious.
I like how both tanks just kind of said screw it and just went to chase the support.
Yeah, that was pretty ridiculous. Oh, the wet noodle stays true and wet.
We do have a little bit of a pause here. It does seem like the support was having a little bit of FPS issues, so hopefully that'll get resolved very quickly and we can get back into the game.
Yep.
That was oh man. Wet noodles.
A net gain for Team Fusion. They did get the most out of that. They got the unofficial ace.
Yeah, and important that they did get some kills on the Spark. I think he actually could have been there to clean up that fight had they not let the Vayne just literally walk through the team and get on to Spark. So had Spark lived in that little fight, I think things could have been a little bit different. Or actually a lot different. So, unfortunate that he was picked off by the Vayne. She went very aggressive. She ulted, she flashed, and healed to get into range of Spark.
Ooh, how many points on my Vayne spotting card did I get?
You're doing pretty well in your Vayne spotting card so far, I think.
But yeah, Spark did really need those kills. Got 2 of them. Very cleanly, I might add, early in that fight. But yeah, that puts him 1.6k gold ahead of Quit WW, not to mention the CS, as well as the experience. Spark is dominating this bot lane, and he needs to keep up this momentum if Team Fusion look to come back.
Yeah, as far as head as the Cuckobos are, that fight actually went really badly for them. So we actually do see a little bit of the strength of maybe the team fighting comp that Team Fusion has drafted. I mean, they both have a team fighting comp technically, but a lot of the damage that was built for the Cuckobos is centered on the Vayne, and the Vayne's really behind right now. So whereas the carries are still fairly even for Team Fusion, so we'll have to see how that plays out a little bit later on. We are still in pause. I believe teams have 5 minutes of pause time.
Yes, they do.
Remember, we used that quite often back in the day. Sometimes people just need to walk their dog in the middle of a game, you know. Why not?
Wasn't there recently an exploit that was found out with the pause times?
I don't have any knowledge of that,
I'm
but
not sure
it
if it was
sounds
patched now, but the exploit was you can pause and the plants will continue the respawn timer.
well, that's interesting. It shouldn't matter too much, I would think, but if it does happen, you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Uh, even though there is a goal lead for the Cuckobos, it actually does seem like a fairly close game overall. We'll have to see how it plays out later on. I'm not too sure how the game's going to continue to go, but it definitely looks a little bit closer here in this mid game than the last game did.
Well, yeah, I think the main thing to notice is just Allspark is still holding his lead compared to the last game, where it fell off quite early in the mid game.
And I think that just kind of speaks to the difference between the power of the Lucian and the power of the Jhin. So I think them drafting Jhin early was pretty smart by them.
I think not just that, but they're playing a lot safer. Azuru's having a harder time getting in there because Jhin is the less mobile of the two carries.
That's
And
true.
this time he's been surviving more just because he's playing safe, just because he's focusing on the farm. And every time Azuru goes missing, they're backing off and playing it safe.
Yep, it's definitely a better mentality that they have in this game so far. We should be getting back in the game very soon because the pause time should be up almost in 5 seconds. So I wonder what the teams are going to do. I'm not too sure about the rules, but
Yeah, they are using more pause time than they should.
apparently each team gets 3 pauses of 5 minutes. I guess that's a rule change.
No, 3 pauses or 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. Looks like they are going to have to continue without their support. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, no more pause time. It happens. This isn't a LAN tournament. So
Yeah,
people's ISPs, computers can mess up.
Yeah, it can't be perfect. This is done early in it.
Ooh, beautiful interruption coming out of Zoo. But now Zoo's in a bad spot. Dragon's Rage gets the kill.
Where was Twisted Fate actually teleporting to?
Good question. Probably
I'm
the
not
top
too
tower.
sure. Yeah, I'm assuming that's what it would have to be. Meanwhile, they are letting the Vayne kind of catch up and farm down here on the bot side. Still a pretty large discrepancy, though.
Yeah, most definitely.
We do see that the Team Fusion now has 2 redemptions on their side.
Oh boy.
I do think there is a reduced heal if you get healed by a redemption too quickly. A second one. We'll have to see if that plays a factor.
Here comes the curtain call from Allspark trying to deter this possible siege on a tower. Three members of Confusion coming down.
He's trying to delay the gold from this tower as long as he can.
Oh my. Summoner Shen.
Yeah, he's having a rough day. Like I said, I really don't like the Yasuo here. It just, I don't know. It's not doing what it needs to do.
I'm not really a fan of the Ivern overall. Zoo hasn't really been that effective on it this series.
I mean, I think it's been better than the Yasuo has. Yeah, he's missed a lot of root collars, but he's at least still semi-relevant in this game right now. Whereas the Yasuo, I don't think could 1v1 pretty much anybody. Now, I don't even know if he could 1v1 the Vayne unless he had the exhaust up. So
should see a deadly flourish. Destiny Gate is around the corner. Azuru going after Captain Kristen. Melted quite quickly. Zoo bumps into Electric Parasite meanwhile in the river. But there is a teleport coming out. And that spells disaster for Zoo. The redemption does heal him quite a bit. Zoo having to flash off the wall. But here comes Quickscythe. Might have been off more than you. No, he does not. As two members of Team Fusion go down and unable to get the kill is Summoner Shen trying to make something happen, but it doesn't look too good for him other than playing shenanigans, running around this tower. He is in no man's land and he is running out of time very, very quickly. And there he goes again, trying so hard to make something happen. Unfortunately, too many members of the Cuckobos.
This is going to be a third Mountain Drake. That is scary. They're going to absolutely melt Baron and towers now. Especially with the just the Fate, the Lich Bane, and he's just going to eat towers alive.
Yeah, Zuru. They gotta start banning out this guy's Twisted Fate.
Yeah, it's looking like a very possible thing. I don't know if they should have. I think their other ban was Orianna, if I'm not mistaken. But
so much pressure. Look at the 3 Mountain Drakes.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see when they go for like Baron and stuff.
This might be death for Zuru. Unfortunately, can't get the gold card. Zuru gets melted by Allspark. Having to flash away his Electric Parasite, running from this fight.
Yeah, a little bit of overstaying there.
Too much eagerness.
Yeah, they're ahead though. I guess they can kind of afford. They're actually very ahead, so it's not the worst thing in the world. They might give up this mid tower, possibly.
Possibly. We've seen Quickscythe do some crazy things. Still trying.
Keyword crazy there, yeah.
They're defending this tower pretty decently. They actually managed to stop the siege for now.
For now, the Lulu has joined back up with him, so it is 4v5 at the moment. Ooh.
Team Fusion getting a lot done. Allspark does have the edge of night.
The last time there was a 5v5 team fight, Team Fusion actually came out on top, I believe. I wonder if that will be the case here this time again, if the one does break out.
It really depends on how safe they can keep Allspark.
Yep, so I think a lot of it depends on who and how many people scoop and ult.
And here comes the aggression. Daisy is summoned, and the engage is on. Quick WW having to flash away. The curtain call is open, looking to try and get as much damage as he can, targeting Electric Parasite, but Knopf is soaking up so much damage in this front line. This fight is starting to turn, and there is Quickscythe, gets a kill on the Captain Kristen. The fight is looking bad for Team Fusion. Members are melting left and right. Scoop is now poof, and the rest of Team Fusion falls. Unfortunately, oh my goodness,
that win-wall hurt to watch. Yeah, it actually looked okay for Team Fusion there at the beginning, But I'm very curious to see how fast this Baron's going to go down. Oh
Getting
my god.
with only 3 people.
That is nasty. Yeah, so they're basically going to do exactly what they did in the last game, really. They need to open up one inhib, I think, and then go from there, you know, just slowly choke out Fusion. Not quite the same situation they were in because they had an open inhib last time they went for the Baron in the other game, but still, they're going to get a lot off this Baron, I believe.
Yeah, this gold lead is going to skyrocket. Noct going after Captain Kristen. And Captain Kristen actually puts herself in a worse situation. Bubble does land, luckily for her. Able to get out of that. Tidal Wave is burnt. Here comes the curtain call, landing on onto Quickside. Gets the 3rd shot on Quickside and the 4th shot on the Quickside, but it's not enough. Noft still soaking up so much damage. Redemption does go out. Noft is a monster in this front line. The power of this Maokai is ridiculous, and now he's even bigger than he was before. Out goes Daisy, but to no one actually being present in the fight from the Cuckobos anymore.
I guess you could say that fight started off with a little bit of bubble trouble. So,
and now the depth charge used on the WW. WW taking a lot of damage, does melt. Team Fusion might be able to come back from this one, or they might not. Last breath goes out, picks up the kill on the Quickside. Meanwhile, Tanaf is still there. And yes, in the bottom lane, a fight happening between Spark and Azuru. Spark having to flash away, but the fight over here is a win for Team Fusion.
Yeah, we had to see what Azuru can get out of this. If he gets this 2nd inhib, I think it's very much worth. Even just getting the 1, I think, was worth.
Yeah, but now the collapse onto Azuru. Trying to run away. Use the Destiny Gate, so he's definitely free.
Yeah, he's fine. Overall, I guess it was pretty worth it for the Cuckobos. It could have been a little bit better, but them getting that 1 inhib does open up a lot of things for the map here.
Yeah, the triple Mountain Drake plus Lichbane.
Uh-oh. Your favorite item was bought. Look at Maokai.
Oh boy, the righteous glory onto Tanaft.
Oh man, that's gonna be a very fast and very large, scary tree. Like I said earlier, though, he's just gonna stack that armor. He's not gonna die. Yeah. That's a very tanky Maokai right now.
Yeah, that tree can take a lot of damage to Noft. We've seen him in these fights. Spark was pretty far ahead of his counterpart, and he still can't do much to Tanoft. Engage. 3 ultimates used on Quickside so far. Expect the Dragon's Rage to disrupt this, and it does. But is it enough to get away? No, it is not. Zoo picks up the kill on the Quickside.
That was a lot just for Lee Sin. Now they're about to lose their base again. Yeah, overcommitting there for Lee Sin. That's unfortunate.
That was a lot of ultimates.
That's just a bad shot call from whoever is making the calls on his TV.
And this should be triple and hit.
Yep, definitely.
Not much to stop it. Daisy is out. Tanoff is a madman. Captain Kristen in the middle of her entire team still gets picked off by Tanoff. Meanwhile, Zoo trying to do something about Quick WW, but Quick WW is being uncontested at the moment. Looks to take out Spark. Actually manages to get the kill on Spark, as well as Zoo going down. Summoner Shen trying to get Quick WW, but no, the double kill picked up by Azuru, and now Amascoopyu is all alone, and the entire team of Fusion has been destroyed.
What a way to lose a game. That has to hurt. And is this Fusion's first 0-2?
I believe so, as they're so far ahead in the standings. What a disaster for Team Fusion.
I mean, they do have subs, so I guess that's one thing. But man, that uncharacteristic of them, I have to say. It didn't look very good. It hurt to watch, honestly.
Yeah, that was a very sad way for that game to come to a close.
But you have to look at it in the aspect they were playing the first place team, and they had subs, so it's one of those things. It's not the end of the world, you know. They can definitely come back later on, but That said, well played to the Cuckobos. They're definitely cementing their strength so far as being in the top side of the standings. So yeah, actually, Azuru and Quickscythe definitely were the standouts, I have to say,
Yeah, that
for
mid
this
and jungle
series.
synergy was quite immaculate overall.
Yeah, they did very well together. And Tanaf just being the solid rock that his team needed to be. And even though the bot lane struggled this game, the game before for the Cuckobos, they did very well as well. So just the whole team did pretty well, I have to say.
Yeah, overall, just a great series coming out for the Cuckobos. And they look like real contenders for the playoffs overall now. Blazing Bandits, eat your heart out. You're going to have a hard one going against these guys.
Yep, they'd be more like the wet bandits. So it's gonna be one of those things. We'll have to see how.
Boo!
I was making a Home Alone reference. Forgive me, jeez.
Anyway, we will be cutting to break for a little bit, and then we will get to our second match of the day, Off in the Shower versus the Boosted Bonobos. We will see you then.